The Global ETF Fund draws on extensive academic research which has evolved over many years. The result is a structured, adaptive asset allocation process that forms the cornerstone of the fund strategy. The fund takes a strictly quantitative approach to global multi-asset class investment using the large US-listed ETFs or exchange-traded funds for strategy execution.
In almost all market conditions, even during the GFC, there are assets that outperform, whether that's in a strong industry market segment, a gold rally, interest rate trends in either direction, alternative assets, emerging markets, bonds, or even cash. Assets of one sort or another are always trending.
To capitalize on these trending assets, the Global ETF Fund uses a systematic algorithmic process of adaptive asset allocation for its portfolio construction.
Using a combination of absolute and relative momentum as well as asset volatility analysis, the fund rotates investment into a selection of the strongest performing global assets or the most defensive assets in any market conditions.
Effectively, this means the fund's exposure constantly surfs from the market's highest performing assets to the next group of performing assets, adapting constantly to changing market and risk environments. The huge breadth and liquidity of asset exposure now available through the US exchange-traded fund market, which is now nearly $5 trillion in size, enables the fund strategy of active, systematic multi-asset class investing to be very efficiently applied.
Before the widespread introduction of ETFs in the early 2000s, transaction costs and the difficulty of gaining very specific asset exposure made this type of investment strategy very difficult.
At any time, the ETF fund will typically have exposure to 4 diverse assets, one each from the bond sector, a geographic region, a US industry group, and a global macro asset.
This ensures diversification and also lowers the correlation to major equity and bond indexes. At times of market stress, the fund may also revert to defensive assets, including gold and cash.
There is significant academic research supporting the central analytical process behind the fund strategy, specifically relating to absolute and relative momentum and volatility. Indeed, momentum has been described by researchers as a premier market anomaly.
Detailed analysis and backtesting of the Global ETF Fund strategy shows a significant and sustained outperformance of the fund strategy against benchmarks such as the S&P 500, with lower volatility and substantially reduced equity drawdowns.
The investment strategy has also shown positive results in backtesting through periods of negative equity market performance, such as in 2008, where the strategy tested as profitable.
If you are seeking superior risk-managed returns, asset and strategy diversification, the SIML Global ETF Fund may well be of further interest. Visit our website for further information.